modern medical's evolution after that, America, there were 247 medical colleges around the turn of the last century. They were teaching everything, except Ayurveda. They were teaching everything. The so-called Western medicine, so-called, homeopathy, radioaesthesia, chiropractic, osteopathy, and what have you. This girl had an upper respiratory infection, I tell you, fever, etc., etc. She took all the antibiotics, and she was in bed with such bad sinusitis, this and that. We have a homeopath who is very good in this area. So we sent her to that homeopath. 3 days later, she is back at work. Absolutely fine. I called her yesterday and said, Rama, how are you? She says, I am fine, sir. Fit as a fiddle. 10 days she suffered taking antibiotics. Each antibiotic pill you take kills millions of germs in your gut. And when the gut is damaged, your immune system is gone. The headquarters of your gut is in the immune system. When to mix, when to combine. If you go on saying that across the board I'll say all the systems must come together, nothing will happen. Because they hate each other like, mouse and the mongoose and the snakes. So because, what is the hatred, do you know? I'll take you to history, because history, you learn from history. If you do not, you relive history. 50 years before the American Medical Association started, doctors in America thought their methods of treatment were so bad that they wanted homeopathic association. So the first homeopathic association in America started 50 years before medical association started by American MD doctors. And who was Heinemann? He was an MD doctor in Germany. He couldn't save his own son when the needle went into him and he got septicemia and died. This man thought, what's the use of my MD degree? I have not been able to save my son. Then of course he copied from a Canadian doctor who had written a book on this. Similibus something something. Now homeopathy also has got certain advantages. Every system has its very important things. Like for example, homeopathy, let me tell you. Somebody did a wonderful study in Glasgow University on 2 drugs in homeopathy, arum triphylatum and Sambucus nigra. And they showed there's a such powerful effect on viral infections, especially the upper respiratory infections, which you think may be a minor thing. In Europe in winter, on a given day, 50 million people do not go to work because of feverish cold. There's a subtle difference between common cold and feverish cold. Common cold is caused by rhinoviruses, feverish cold is caused by adenoviruses. But today we use the virus to frighten people and mask our sins. Homeopaths. I met a homeopath came to me and said, sir, I can treat hypertension with my drugs in no time. I said, fine, you have a record, get it to me, I'll publish it. He said, I'll come. He never came. And he doesn't have a record. See, this is where the problem is. And we can make better business. But I have classified diseases differently for this talk. That's called emergency illness, which needs modern medicine, 2%. Minor illness syndromes, common cold, feverish cold, sore throat, and flu-like illness. Today, if you go to Bangalore city and find out 90% of the people have upper respiratory infection in winter. On a given day in Europe, 55 million people cannot go to work because of feverish cold. You know feverish cold, Sita Jwara? Feverish cold is not common cold. There's 2 different entities. Let's not go into that because there's no time. So 50 million people don't go to work. And what happens to this 50 million? They're all given antibiotics so that their immune system changes and they become asthmatics after some time. And what a job! Homeopathy. Extensive studies have been done in England on this. There are simple 2 drugs, arum triphylatum and Sambucus nigra. You can get relief in 2 hours.